Okay, so one day after the Eagles get eliminated from the playoffs, Jalen Hurts was asked if he wanted Kevin Patullo to return in 2026. They also asked him if he wanted AJ Brown to return too. Meanwhile, an offense that was already bad did something so bad it's never been done before. So much to break down, including Nick Sirianni and AJ Brown's heated argument. Plus, Adam Schefter says that the Eagles are about to make some major changes to this team this offseason. And Dan Orlowski breaks down the final 10 plays, a horrible drive to end the season. But first, listen to what this little kid said about KP.
And I also want Kevin Patullo flipping burgers at like the local McDonald's or something. I don't care.
Why do you say that?
Whenever he's an offensive coordinator, it's like he's flipping burgers. One side, he's cooking. One half, he's cooking. And the other half is completely raw.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and it's the Philly Talk Podcast. If you are upset with our Eagles, do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. So as we already know, the Eagles lose to the 49ers 23-19, which means they are eliminated from the playoffs in the first round. And honestly, we deserve it because of how bad this offense has been. And the number one reason it was bad this season and bad in this game is Kevin Patullo. He needs to be fired like yesterday. The good news is I got this update via Bleacher Report saying Eagles expected to fire OC. Kevin Patullo's exit likely to be a part of mass changes in Philadelphia, per Adam Schefter. The article speaks about the Eagles bringing a proven offensive mind in to get this offense right, which is absolutely needed. We knew that KP would be the downfall of the Eagles. I just blindly thought that the Eagles playmakers would be able to take it to another level in the playoffs. And when you got a guy holding you back, he just can't do it. Jalen Hurts was straight up asked if he wanted Kevin Patullo back next year.
It's too soon to think about that. And like I said, I put my trust in Howie, Nick, and Mr. Louis.
What about AJ Brown? Would you like AJ?
AJ and I have talked. We're in a great place.
Last one.
Maybe y'all can talk to him and ask.
To me, that's the corporate way of Jalen Hurts saying, heck no. Now, granted, he wasn't the only thing bad in this game, as the Eagles had penalty after penalty. I think 70-plus yards in penalties. We had drop balls, mainly from A.J. Brown, but Smitty did drop one too, a little high, but still, it's the playoffs. You got to make these type of catches. ESPN Insights tweeted, the Eagles had 4 drops on third down versus the 49ers in the wild card round. This was more third down drops than they had in the regular season, as well as the most in a playoff game since ESPN began tracking the stat in 2006. Absolutely disgusting. But this is also why I said everybody had a hand in losing this game. But there was only one person that decided to skip post-game media, and that was A.J. Brown. He was one of the loudest guys all season long about getting the ball. Now we try to get in the ball, and it's drop, maybe a lack of effort on one play. And here he is, arguing with Nick Sirianni. I was mad at Sirianni when this game was going for getting in A.J. Brown's face. But at the end of the day, I just don't even know. We were just crashing out in 4K right while the game was going. Woosah. I'm still so upset. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to unpack everything in this video. Like, back to Kevin Patullo, I forgot to say, we went 7 drives, almost 3 full quarters without doing anything. In those 7 drives, we had 115 yards. Like, what? I can't really even say anything bad about the defense. They are allowed to have one bad game, and it really wasn't bad. First drive was bad, but then the defense started locking up. And if Quinyon don't get 2 interceptions, we probably lose by a lot more.
This game could have been a whole lot more lopsided if not for the play of Quinyon Mitchell. When Kittle was healthy, this little speed out right here breaks that ball up there on 2nd and 8, turns it into 3rd and 8. Then you get this play here. Remember this bizarre play, 8 seconds go and a half? Right here, Purdy's trying to get as much as he can to get in Eddie Piñeiro's field goal range. And he's going to, except Quinyon gets the ball out. And the clock shouldn't have stopped, so it ran out. And the 49ers lose a chance for 3 points before the half because of Quinyon. And then you get this right here. You watch him against Sky Moore right here. All right? Just put that foot in the ground and that would go break. I mean, this is exactly what the Eagles saw coming out of Toledo right there. And then you get this play. All right, no George Kittle, but there's Jake Tongas. And here he is just in this matchup zone right here. Cover 3, upfield shoulder, and he undercuts it right here to get his second interception of the day in the fourth quarter. All right, you watch the throw here by Brock Purdy, and he thinks 7-step drop, step up, good protection. And there's Quinyon jumping in front of the ball right there, undercutting it, and coming up with a second interception. This would have been a real blowout if not for the play of Quinyon and what he did.
We really wasted a 2-interception game from Quinyon Mitchell. The first interception, we didn't even do anything. We went backwards. It ended up being a 3rd and 19, and we checked it down. I think we scored a field goal on the second Quinyon Mitchell interception, but still 6 points in the second half. What are we doing? And oh, I can't forget Jake Elliott. If he would have made the extra point, right? That extra point was huge in the game. Although it happened in the first quarter, we wouldn't have needed to get a touchdown. We could have tied the game up 23-23 and went in overtime, but he missed the extra point at home. There are a lot of changes that need to be made. Kevin Patullo, Jake Elliott. Some people think that A.J. Brown's going to be shipped up out of here. I don't know about that. As Sport Track said, before you hop on a mic and start spitballing A.J. Brown's next team, 2026 cap hit $23.4 million, trade dead cap $43.5, Eagles saving negative $20.1 million. A pre-June 1st trade means the Eagles will be taking on the 4th largest single season dead cap hit in history and a $20 million cap bath. So don't look like he's going anywhere. I still got love for AJ, but you can't just not speak to the media because you're upset. You got to get out of your feelings. We're all upset. I don't want to do this podcast, and it might not be one of my better shows, but I'm still doing it. I'm just so frustrated with the team in general. Maybe if AJ really wants out or the Eagles want to move on, they restructure his deal. He does this, that, and the third, and it don't look that bad. But if the numbers are the numbers, he'll be here next season. Now, before we continue, I just want to let you know that you should be leaving your old sports book in 2025. It's 2026. You should be downloading this app. It's called Polymarket, which is a prediction market where you trade on the outcome instead of being locked in on one play. I also love how easy the app is. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Now, of course, the Eagles are eliminated, but there are some good games in the divisional round to buy, sell, or trade on Polymarket. So I want to take the week to really see what percentages change due to the NFL news and then make a decision. Polymarket lets you trade in and out and or cash out whenever you want, unlike the sports book that blocks trades and cash outs multiple times during the game. Also play anywhere because it's available in all 50 states. So turn game day into payday. Trade live with no limits. Download Polymarket today by clicking the link in my description. Once you do that, use promo code PhillyMike and Polymarket will give you a free $10 once you sign up. No deposit needed. Back to this Eagles horrible playoff loss. I do want to give a shout out to the people who told me that we wouldn't win with KP. I was blinded by the roster, the talent, and the possibility of them just winning because they're that good. KP is trash, but Nick Sirianni needs to get some of this smoke too. He's the one who hired him as OC. And when he saw it wasn't working, let him continue calling plays. If Nick Sirianni continues to be our head coach, which I'm not sure how I feel about it, we are always going to need a OC because 1, he can't call plays. 2, he can't even fix the offense if it's bad. He was asked about how to fix it, and he said, I don't know. Post-game presser, he said, I don't know. He also admitted that we've had problems being consistent all year long. He said, that's been the story all year long. Well, why did you allow it to be the story? So again, there's a lot of decisions the Eagles have to make, plus a long list of free agents, which we'll go over throughout the week. Like I said, I kind of listened to the post-game pressers of all the players. I got to listen to it again to see if there's anything good in it to talk about. I'm just distraught as an Eagle fan. I mean, look at Jalen Hurts' face here. He knew the play was about to be trash. I want you to look closely at KP and Nick Sirianni's face when I replay this clip. They literally look like they don't know what to do and are about to pick a random play. How do you not have a go-to play in the fourth quarter? And then with all that time, you run 4 verts against cover 4. Like, that is the worst possible play versus that coverage. Dan Orlowski said Philly ran 10 plays on his final offensive series. They ran the same play / copy the previous play from that drive on 4 different occasions. Listen to him break it down with the all 22.
This is the final drive. I just don't know. 254. I just don't know how much advantage is created. All right, so we line up in 2 by 2. Okay. Tight end in the slot up top. And we run basically 4 verts with stops outside. So he's got a seam, stop route outside, back, check choice. Okay, so these guys do a good job carrying. Safeties are sitting inside for the benders. Ball's got to be checked down to the back. All right, so that's the first play. All right, 2 by 2, basically flip the formation. I'm just gonna run 2 guys into each other here. Back into flat, curl route. This guy does a good job of getting depth. His depth forces a check down. I don't really necessarily know all great about that. Okay, next time, 2 by 2. A short motion. AJ wins the line of scrimmage. Dropped by AJ. Looks like it's going to be a disastrous play. This time they get an empty. Okay, they run mesh. Really mesh with the crosser. It's a good ball to Goddard on the crosser. Okay, so not overly creative. Okay, they went on 4th down. So they went 4 verticals essentially. You know, a double slants, I'll call it, whatever. Okay, 2 by 2, 2 by 2, short motion. All right, kind of running mesh here with it out. Okay, shallow cross hits. Good. All right, so kind of some of the same stuff. 2 by 2. They're gonna run spot. Okay, so Devontae pushes up versus the zone, back into flat. Dallas just pushes vertical, spot. Okay, so again, not a overly creative stuff. Okay, same formation. We run the same play. All right, just run the same exact play. Same exact play. So we've run 4 verts, double slant, and then we run mesh, spot. Okay, second down. 2 by 2. We're gonna run, I don't necessarily know what this is. Looks like double slants again. Don't necessarily know up top what that is. Nowhere necessarily great to go with the football. Okay, we run around, throw it away. 3rd down. Get into a bunch. I like that. We get into a bunch. Okay, Dotson goes down, pins the backer, wide end Devontae. Slant comes in, ball's high. I don't know what's going on the backside because AJ looks like he might be running a crosser, but then safety goes. So we're not occupying the backside safety in any way. Okay, tough catch. Would like the ball lower. He's good enough to make the catch, but I think it's a tough catch. I think the throw makes it a tough catch. Throw needs to be on his face, okay? Can't call that timeout because then he can't stop the clock once again. And then we're going to line up in 2 by 2, and we are going to end the drive the way we started the drive. 4 verts. Whew. Tough. That's tough.
Ugly is the best way to describe it. He also had this to say, which is huge. And again, this is a Nick Sirianni and Kevin Patullo thing. Number of times the OC ran Jalen Hurts by design, excluding the tush push. In 2024, we did it 96 times. And in 2025, 41. If me and you know that utilizing Jalen Hurts in the run game on design plays, RPOs, makes this offense a lot more harder to defend, how come OCKP don't know it? And even Nick Sirianni, he lived it. They both did. KP was on the roster last year. How do you keep answering questions that, well, we're going to try to run Jalen more, and then you don't do it, you don't do it, you don't do it. Maybe in the playoffs they'll do it. Kyle Shanahan himself said how dangerous Jalen Hurts' legs are, and we got to prepare for it, this, that, and the third. They were scared, and we didn't do it. We let them off the hook. This is, again, I really can't do this show today. I need to really focus, but it's a disgusting. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Good, bad, ugly, sad. Eagles are eliminated. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to watch the Steelers-Texans game. Again, just vent with me. Leave it all out in the comment section. We'll get back to the regular scheduled program throughout the week. A lot to talk about this offseason. Changes need to be made, will be made. It is super important. We're going to talk about which OC or which possible new OC fits Philly best. A lot to break down. I just need to, before I do it. With that being said, I love you to death. Philly strong in the chat. It's always go Birds, but I am real sad. 23-19. That is disgusting. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.